Hello everyone. Today we will gain some basic knowledge about the Constitution of India through some multiple choice questions. So without wasting any time, let's start with it. The first question is, who among the following was the chairman of the Union Constitution Committee of the Constituent Assembly? Options are A. Sardar Patel, B. B.R. Ambedkar, C. Jawaharlal Nehru, or D. Aladi Krishnaswamy Iyer. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the Union Constitution Committee of the Constituent Assembly. The next question is, who presided over the interim cabinet formed in 1946? Options are A. Rajendra Prasad, B. Jawaharlal Nehru, C. Vallabhbhai Patel, and D. C. Rajagopalachari. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is Jawaharlal Nehru. The next question is, the Constituent Assembly was formed under which of the following constitutional scheme? Options are A. Cabinet Mission Plan, B. Indian Independence Act, C. Transfer of Power, D. Mountbatten Plan. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is Cabinet Mission Plan. Next question is, in the context of the Indian history, members of the Constituent Assembly were, options are A. were directly elected by the people of the provinces, B. were elected by the Indian National Congress and Muslim League, C. were elected by provincial legislatures, or D. were elected by the government of the expertise in constitutional matters. The correct answer to this question is members of the option C, that is, the members of the Constituent Assembly were elected by the provincial legislatures. The next question is, which of the following words was not included in the original preamble of the Indian Constitution? Options are A. Sovereignty, B. Secular, C. Democratic, or D. Republic. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, secular was not included in the original preamble of the Indian Constitution. The next question is, which of the following statements with reference to the Indian secularism is incorrect? Options are A. The Indian state does not consider any religion to be the official religion of the state. B. The Indian state is neutral towards all religion. C. The Indian state is engaged in promoting all religions. Or D. The Indian state does not recognize religion and considers it to be a personal issue of the people. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, the Indian state does not recognize religion and considers it to be a personal issue of the people is incorrect with reference to the Indian secularism. The next question is, with reference to the Indian socialism, which of the following statement is correct? Options are A. India has adopted a definite economic structure to achieve the objective of socialism. B. India wants to achieve the objectives of socialism without adopting a definite economic structure. C. Indian socialism has adopted the economic structure of socialist countries without adopting the goals of the socialism. And D. None of the above. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, India wants to achieve the objective of the socialism without adopting a definite economic structure. Is correct with reference to the Indian socialism. The next question is, consider the following statement about the economic justice as defined in the preamble of the Constitution of India and choose the correct statement. Options are A. This indicates the absence of the unemployment in India. B. It refers to the equal wealth that everyone in India has. C. It refers to the right to all types of funds under the public sector. D. It refers to the equal opportunity to raise the standard of living of all. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, the economic justice is defined in the preamble to the Constitution of India as it refers to equal opportunity to raise the standard of living of all the citizens of the country. The next question is, with reference to the preamble of the Indian Constitution, consider the following statement and choose the correct ones. Statement 1. Equality means removing all differences among the citizens of India. Statement 2. Secularism means the government will not interfere in the matters of religion. Statement 3. Republic means the head of the state is nominated. The options are A. Only first statement is correct. B. The second and the third statement are correct. C. The first, second, and third statement are correct. And D. None of the above statements are correct. The correct answer to this question is option D. That is, none of the above statements are correct. The next question is, what majority is needed in the parliament to change the name of the state? Options are A. By the majority of those present and voting. B. At least two-thirds majority of the members present and voting, and not less than half of the total number. C. By a majority of total number of members, or D. Majority in erstwhile member. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, by a majority of those present and voting. The next question is, consider the following statements and choose the correct statement. Statements are, first statement, under Article 3, a bill to change the name, region, or extent of a state can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Statement 2. The bill under Article 3 can be introduced in Parliament only on recommendations. Options are, only first statement is correct. B. Only second statement is correct. C. Both the statement, that is first and second statement, is correct. And D. Neither of the statements are correct. The correct answer to this question is option B, that is, the second statement is correct, which means that the bill under Article 3 can be introduced in Parliament only on the recommendation by the members. The next question is, which of the following is not a feature of the Indian Union system? Options are A. India has an independent judiciary. B. There is a clear division of powers between center and state. C. Units to be unionized have been given unequal representation in Rajya Sabha. And D. It is a result of the agreement between the units to be unionized. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, it is a result of the agreement between the units to be unionized is incorrect and is not a feature of the Indian Union system. The next question is, which of the following is not a criteria for obtaining a citizenship? The options are A. Applicant's age. B. Year of stay. C. Place of birth. D. Country of origin of applicant. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, the applicant's age is not a criteria for obtaining a citizenship. The next question is, in India, which of the following rights does the PIO have? Options are, a PIO can buy property in India at a lower rate than others. B. The property cannot be acquired by the state under any circumstances. C. Their property is outside the land boundary laws specified by various states. And D. They can buy property in India and manage that property according to the laws prevailing in India. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, a PIO can buy property in India and manage that property according to the laws prevailing in India. The next question is, in India, which of the following fundamental right is given to any person? Options are A. Article 15, B. Article 16, C. Article 17, or D. Article 19. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, Article 17 is the fundamental right that is given to any person. The next question is, who among the following can apply for a citizenship through registration? Options are A. Married son of an Indian citizen. B. Unmarried son of an Indian citizen over 25 years of age. C. Married daughter of an Indian citizen. And D. Son of an Indian citizen under the 18 years of age. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, A son of an Indian citizen under the 18 years of age can apply and get a citizenship through registration. The next question is, which of the following states is correct regarding the regulation of the citizenship in India? Options are A. The Parliament controls the citizenship in India. B. The state legislature controls the citizenship within its state. C. Both the Parliament and the state legislative assembly regulate citizenship. D. The Constitution has the sole right to control citizenship in India. The correct answer to this question is option E. That is, Parliament controls the citizenship of India. The next question is, in Indian Constitution, right to equality is given in which of the following articles? Options are A. Article 16 to 20, B. Article 15 to 19, C. Article 14 to 18, or D. Article 13 to 17. The correct answer to this question is Article 14 to 18 gives right to equality to every person as per Indian Constitution. The last question is, press freedom in India is which of the following? Options are A. Is given specially in Article 91A. B. Is contained in Article 1A of the Constitution, which guarantees freedom of expression. C. Is a guaranteed according to the provision of the Article 361. And D. Arises from the operation of rule of law in the country. The correct answer to this question is option B. That is, press freedom in India is contained in Article 19, Clause 1, Clause A of Constitution, which guarantees freedom of expression.